In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the beautiful stockinette stitch. Now, this is a very common, very beginner-friendly stitch, and I just absolutely love it. Now, if you know how to knit and purl, you're all set. If you don't know how to knit and purl, then I will link those videos up above so that you can watch a much slower, in-depth tutorial on how to do just the regular knit stitch and then how to do the purl stitch. But otherwise, we'll start out slow so that we can do it together, and then you can go a little faster. So I'm going to show you how to do the stockinette stitch. I'm also going to show you how to prevent some of this curling that happens with the stockinette stitch. It's kind of annoying. If you're doing a scarf or a blanket, you're going to find that the ends or even the bottom will start to kind of curl up like this. And so I'll give you a couple tips on how to prevent that from happening, or at least not curling as much. Okay, so first things first. I don't know about you, but I know for me, I like to kind of understand what's happening with stitches and what it looks like, so that I can set my projects down at any time. I can pick them back up because I know what's happening, stitch to stitch and side to side. So the stockinette stitch is not technically reversible, meaning it's different on the other side. So this is basically what the garter stitch just looks like. And then this is your stockinette stitch. And so I just thought I would draw this. Maybe this is helpful to somebody. I'm a visual learner, so this helps me. So if you look on this side, which is considered the right side of the stockinette stitch, you'll see that, it's a bunch of V's. And these V's are all kind of connected, and they go in rows. Okay, so if you look closely, you'll see these V's, and they're just in columns. So every time you do a stitch, the opposite side is going to be a bump. And so now this side, you're going to have a bunch of bumps on the back side. And so that's what is on this side, which you probably know if you've been starting your knitting journey, is that every time you knit a V, you're actually creating a bump. And every time you create a bump, you are creating another V. And so really all this side is we're just doing the regular knit stitch, which creates a V on the front, on the right side, but it creates a bump on the wrong side or on the back side. So that's really all it is. It's a bunch of knit stitches that create these bumps. And then when you flip your work over, you're going to do your purls, and every purl is creating a V. It's creating a bump on this side, but it's creating a V on the back side, or technically this is the right side. Excuse me. So really all you're doing with the stockinette stitch is that we're going to knit, 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 knit. And every time we're knitting, we are creating a bump, 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 bump. And then once we flip our work over, we're going to purl, 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 purl. And each of those bumps, each of those purls are going to create a V on the other side. Does that make sense? I don't know about you, but it makes sense to me. So I'm hoping that clicked for somebody. Okay, so let's jump in and actually do it. So since we are currently, here's our working yarn, we are currently on the right side. That means that we're just going to knit all the way across. Now, if you want to create a nice edge on your work, I would recommend that you do what is called just a salvage edge. And that just means that you're going to create a nice design on your edge. If you don't want to get all fancy and you don't care what the edge looks like, you're just practicing, you want to know how to do the stockinette stitch, don't worry about it, just knit all the way across. but we are going to go in the front. I'm sorry, our yarn is in the back, and we're going to act as if we're purling. So we're going to come in from the top of our stitch, and then which this is called purlwise, because remember, when we're purling, we always come in from the top. And so we're going to come in from the top, but then we're going to slip it. And what slip it means is we're just not going to do anything with it. We're just going to slip it onto our needle. And so now I have one purlwise slipped stitch. And now I'm just going to knit all the way across. Oh, let me do that slowly. Sorry. Okay. So now we have one purlwise slipped stitch. And now we're going to knit across. So we're going to go in through the back. We're going to share that space with that stitch. We have both needles in there. And then we're going to bring that yarn around in between. So now we're breaking them up. We're putting yarn in between these two needles. Now we're going to come slip it to the front and pop it off the top. Let's do it again. So we're going to take our working needle. We're going to slide it into the back. I like to say the back window. We're going to come around the needle so that that yarn now is in between the two. Then we're going to come into the front window, and then we're going to pop it off the top. Again, into the back window. Separate them with this yarn by coming around the needle. We're then going to come into the front window and pop it off the top. Easy peasy. Into the back window, around the bend, front window, pop it off the top. So see, I've made some new V's on this side, and every time I make a V, I'm making a new bump on the back side. So let's do another V. So here's my V. And then see it right here, I just created a new bump. So it's bumps and V's, or knits and purls is really all the stockinette stitch really is, which is just a super fun, super simple stitch. And then we just knit all the way across. And so now we just added a row of V's, and now we flip it over. You can see that all we have here are bumps. And our bumps, I just threw my needle, 1 second. And now we're going to do our next row with purls. And so this time, to create that nice little design edge, that selvage edge, we're going to come in again purlwise into the front, but this time the yarn is in the front. Last time we had it in the back and we went purlwise. This time the yarn is in the front, and we're going to do purl as if we're going to purl, and then we're just simply going to slip that stitch. Now you don't want your yarn to get too loose, so when you're slipping a stitch, it might be a little looser than your other stitches, so you don't want that to become too loose. And then now we're just going to purl across, and that's when we come in from the top. We're going to take that yarn, we're going to go around the needle, we're coming in between these two, so we're in the front window, we're going to come into the back window and then pop it off the top. So it's almost like just the opposite of a knit stitch. So in from the top, around the needle, into the back window, pop it off the top. In from the top, we're going to go around the needle from back to front, not front to back, but back to front. We're going to go into the back window, and we're going to pop it off the top. And so you can see we're just creating some new bumps here. And then on this side, we're creating some new V's. So it's just bumps and V's, bumps and V's. So again, we're just going to purl all the way across. Sorry, my needles keep hitting the table, so they're making that clinky sound, but so we're gonna purl all the way across. And there you go. Now you've done your 2 rows. One was your knit stitch and one was your purls. And so again, you're just going to keep doing that. A whole row of knit stitches and then a whole row of purl stitches, and you're just alternating. So every time you're on the right side, which is all your V's, you're just going to knit. And then every time you're on your back, the wrong side or the back side, you're going to purl. Easy peasy. And then your project will continue to grow, obviously. Now, like I said, this is such a great stitch, very common, such a great beginner stitch to practice. But this curling situation, the curling situation, I was making a blanket and it just was like curling up on me like this. And I was like, what is happening? So the curling is just something that can become really annoying. Now, some people will add a garter stitch border. Some people think if you block it, you know, you get it wet and then you block it, you can take some of the curling out. I mean, I don't know. Those aren't my 2 favorite, because when you add the border, you really change the look of whatever the project is that you're making. So like, let's say this is a scarf. I don't necessarily want a garter stitch border on my scarf. So, I mean, maybe a blanket or something, the border might look a little more nice, but I don't want that for my scarf. I want to have other options. So like I said, one option is to put that garter stitch edge, which is a pretty simple fix. Obviously you need to start over. There are, I mean, you'll find here on YouTube, there's a bunch of different options where you can, like, you know, you can add a crochet edge. You can do a different stitch on the, you can do a seed stitch border. I mean, there's lots of different things that you can do. What I'm going to show you next is how to create a kind of a stiffer edge so that it kind of holds, it's going to hold the pattern, it's going to hold the shape more firmly than just like a regular cast on. And that gives you a little bit more, it gives it a little bit more like of a sturdier structure so that it doesn't curl as much. Does it remove all the curling? Not necessarily, but it definitely does. It helps a ton. And, you know, it just looks a lot better. So I'm going to actually show you that in the next video, because I want this to be a very beginner friendly video. And the next one is a little bit more advanced. So when you're ready, click on the video that's right after this one so that you can take your knitting to the next level and create that sturdier edge that will prevent the curling. But for now, if you just want to practice this stitch, everything in this video can help you get to that spot. Okay, see you on the next one. Thanks everyone, bye.